alipokuwa akiwahutubia wakaazi wa kaunti ya Kiambu na kusema kwamba chini ya miaka miwili serikali yake ya Kenya Kwanza itaweza kujenga soko 30 katika kaunti ya Kiambu, akisema kwamba mradi huo utakamilika chini ya miaka miwili na iwapo atapewa nafasi tena au atachaguliwa tena kuwa rais mwaka 2027, basi huenda akaendeleza miradi mingi zaidi katika kaunti ya Kiambu na maeneo mengine ya Mlima Kenya. Pia rais ameguzia, alikuwa katika shughuli ya ujenzi wa barabara ya Rironi Nakuru Mau Summit, ambapo barabara hiyo inatarajiwa kupanuliwa zaidi ili kuweza kusaidia kupunguza msongamano wa magari ambao umekuwepo katika maeneo hayo. Kumbuka rais amekuwa akiendeleza ziara hii katika maeneo hayo, na ambapo pia amepongeza ushirikiano au shikamano uliopo kati ya vyama tanzu katika serikali ya Kenya Kwanza pamoja na pia chama cha ODM, ambapo akisema kwamba tangia waweze kuingia katika muungano wa pamoja ambao unafahamika kama broad based government, serikali ya Kenya Kwanza kupitia chama cha UDA imeweza kuvuna pakubwa, hasa katika chaguzi ndogo ambazo zimefanyika siku ya jana. Na ikumbuke kwamba rais amesema kwamba serikali ya Kenya Kwanza au chama cha UDA imeweza kupata nafasi 7 katika chaguzi hizo kupitia ushikamano au muungano wa pamoja uliopo kati ya chama cha UDA na chama cha ODM ambao unafahamika kama broad based government. Kwa sasa wacha tuelekee hadi huko maeneo ya ngome ya Rais William Ruto, maeneo ya Baringo. Tuungane naye mwandishi wetu wa habari Mike Chalo ambaye anafuatilia kwa kina zaidi uchaguzi mdogo ambao umekuwa ukifanyika tangu siku ya juzi. Mike Chalo, kama unanipata kwa njia iliyo safi zaidi, wakazi wanasema nini kuhusiana na uchaguzi huu mdogo? Na ikumbukwe kwamba eneo hilo ni ngome yake Rais William Ruto. Mike?
Kweli kabisa Kirobi, asante sana. Mahali ambapo tuko sasa ni katika kituo cha kujumuisha kura katika shule ya Kenya School of Government, ambapo kufikia sasa ni maeneo bunge tu mawili ambayo maafisa wa zile kaunti ndogo wameweza kufikisha zile karatasi za form 38B katika kujumuisha. Na sitaki kuzungumza sana manake naungana naye mmoja wa makamishna wa IEBC, na mzungumzia Daktari Anderitu. Daktari, thank you for making your time. Good morning, and maybe how are you?
I'm very well, talking from the Baringo, from Baringo, tallying center, and we are happy to have gone through the night of counting of results at the polling stations and also tallying of results at the constituency tallying centers. We are now receiving results from the different constituencies for purposes of tallying, so that we are able to announce the winner of the Baringo senatorial by-election. Baringo has 6 constituencies, and so we are expecting to receive 6 county constituency returning officers, so that the county returning officer can tally all the results from those constituencies. So far, we have received 4. We are waiting to receive 2. As you can see behind me is verification of those results from the constituency tallying centers is being verified here as the county tallying center in readiness for announcement. From the board there, you can see one of them has already been tallied and announced, so the rest are being taken through the process of verification.
We understand Baringo County is a vast county and the whole process has been a bit slow. Maybe how could you rate the whole process of IEBC conducting these by-elections here in Baringo County?
I can rate IEBC's, especially the operation part of it, to be very excellent. We had everything working, right from the presiding officers going to the polling stations, to the arrangement of polling stations. The security officers were all available to support the presiding officers. The KIEMS kit worked 100%. Only a few isolated cases where the biometrics could not pop up because of the nature of their fingerprints, probably due to working or old age. Some of those biometrics fingerprints could not identify them, but minimally probably 0.0001%. So it was negligible. But the rest of it, 100%, they were identified using the KIMS kit, using their fingerprints.
Maybe at what time do you foresee the whole of this process ending and the winner of the senatorial election in Baringo County being announced?
Before I go to when it's going to be announced, I was just at the operation point of view. One of our concerns is the low voter turnout. Yeah, generally speaking, there was a very low voter turnout. And as you are going to see soon, probably it could be 30% or less. But we are going to see the real results. But we expect that we shall study the results as they come. If we already have 4 here, and it means in the next 1.5 hours we shall have announced the 4. To just wait for the 2 that are far flung, and they are right now on their way coming. Once they arrive here, then we shall take another 1 hour. So we are expecting maybe around 1:30. We should be in the process of announcing result. Only test 2 to 2, only test 2. So we are on it, and we are trying to do all our best so that we are able to finish the verification, and then the result will be announced. I also want to thank the stakeholders, including the candidates themselves and their agents, the security agencies, and the citizens of this area, including the Kenya School of Government who are hosting us today. All the stakeholders were very cooperative in terms of ensuring the elections is very well supported. Yeah.
Away from Baringo County and onto the national level and to the dark side of these particular by-elections, we witnessed chaos in parts of Malava, Kasipul and Beria North. Maybe what's your comment on that?
My comment is that elections has very many stakeholders. IBC is the operational stakeholders to make sure that an election happen. But the rest of the stakeholders, each and every stakeholder has a stake. Some of the issues that we saw, like violence, a bit of goons here and there, was external factors. They were not internal from IBC. And there are stakeholders who are responsible for making sure that the election is smooth, it is free of violence, all security is really maintained, and individual politicians who are either vying for the by-election or they are coming to support candidates within the by-election had a responsibility also to make sure that the elections is free of violence and free of intimidation. The few isolated incidences, because actually they are very isolated, need to be addressed. And for the future, we need to really be very categorical on who is responsible for what, and let us control ourselves. I don't think there's a goon who come from nowhere. He's coming either to back a candidate or to back up a particular party, or even to look at a particular process from a particular perspective. And those goons are owned. That's from where I sit, that's what I can say. Those isolated cases should not be repeated in the future. There's nobody who should actually be hurt or die because of an election. Election is a democratic right of every Kenyan, is a guaranteed right under Article 38 of the Constitution, that every Kenyan has a right to be registered and vote as a voter, has a right to give himself as a candidate in election, has a right also to vote in an election that is free, fair, and free from intimidation. And that's a guaranteed constitutional right. So I think for all Kenyans, it's very important that we give each other the right to exercise our democratic right, because everybody is a Kenyan. So there's no more Kenyan than the other. So there's no reason why somebody should come and attack me because I want to vote for my favorite candidate. I should be allowed to express my democratic right freely. So IBC condemned yesterday, and we continue to condemn those isolated cases of violence, and we say we really detest violence, and we should work as stakeholders to ensure that such scenarios are not seen in the electoral process. However, in spite of that, no election went unannounced. Every election was conducted with all the processes, and independently IBC worked and ensured that results were brought into the tallying centers, and elections was announced. This is a warning to the goons and people who sponsor goons that you cannot stop a democratic process and a democratic election. It will go on, and you shall be nipped as you are coming up. We shall nib you, so that you are not supposed to disrupt electoral processes.
Lastly, Daktari, this particular by-election was a litmus paper to the IBC. As a commissioner, do you think IBC is ready to conduct the 2027 general elections? And if there could be any gap, could you address them?
Yeah, it has been said that it's a litmus test for the new IBC. And sure, if it was, then we have passed the test, because we have conducted all the by-elections and announced the result, and we have winners, and which we are ready to gazette. And our processes, everybody attests, IBC processes went on as planned. Nothing failed. We are able to keep peace in the polling station. Every process was followed, and result counting went on very well and uninterrupted. And that's why we have results. So if the litmus test is anything to go by, then we are more than ready to conduct the 2027 general election. Of course, it's on a larger scale, and we are prepared to that large scale to ensure that our systems are working, our processes are very clear, and we are able to handle that. For sure, we are ready for the general election. In terms of gaps, we still are going to look at the legal gaps. Out of this by-election, probably the one on two things we may have learned that we need to tighten here, operationally and administratively. Other areas, probably we need to look at the legal infrastructure and decide where do we want to fix one thing or another. And we shall continue improving our processes. And also the by-election will be part of our benchmark on how to improve the future processes. So for sure, we are ready for the next general election.
Daktari, from your side, maybe what percentage could you give IBC as you give out your parting shot?
In terms of performance, 99%, yes. Yeah, because we did all that we were supposed to do. One of few hinges, for example, one of the hinges could be there was a slight delay in some polling station to open because of logistical challenges. There could be here and there one or two areas where there was delay in counting in terms of the presiding officers finishing up in time so that they come to the tallying center. And part of it is caused by agents wanting a result to be repeated so that they are sure that their candidates' results have been counted well. So all that, I think that's why I'm saying 99% in terms of operation. So the small hitches count for the 1%.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Kirobi amekuwa mmoja wa makamishna wa IBC Nderitu, Daktari Nderitu, ambaye amefika katika kituo hiki cha kujumuisha kura cha kaunti ya Baringo. Amezungumza mengi, nadhani umemsikia akisema kuwa ndio hili lilikuwa jaribio kwa tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka IBC, na kwa upande wake anaonelea kuwa jaribio hili wameweza kulitoboa, na hivyo tume ya mipaka IBC ipo tayari kwa uchaguzi. Vile vile akizungumzia suala la ghasia na fujo kutoka katika maeneo mbalimbali, nazungumzia eneo la Mbere kaskazini, Malava na Kasipula, akisema kuwa ndio ghasia zile hazina lolote kutokana na IBC, hazina lolote la kuhusishwa na tume hii ya IBC, japo wakizidi kutoa onyo kwa wagombea dhidi ya uchochezi na kuweza kuwatumia vijana kuzua fujo ili pengine kubadilisha mkondo wa uchaguzi kwa njia moja au nyingine. Kirobi pia umeweza kusikia akisema kuwa paka sasa tumeweza kupokea jumla ya makaratasi ya 38B kutoka maeneo bunge manne katika kaunti ya Baringo, na hivyo basi ni kaunti ambayo iko na maeneo bunge 6 Kwa hiyo tunatarajia muda wote kutoka sasa makaratasi hayo yatakuwa yanaletwa na maafisa wale wa kaunti hizo, na suala la kujumuishwa kwa kura hizi za useneta hapa katika kaunti ya Baringo litakuwa linafanikishwa, akisema kuwa endapo makaratasi yale yatafika kwa wakati, basi shughuli nzima itakuwa inaharakishwa ili tuweze kupata mshindi. Manake kama unavyoona upande wa nyuma yangu ni baadhi tu ya makamishna na maajenti wa IEBC ambao wanaendelea na shughuli ya kujumuisha. Kwako Kirobi.
Asante sana Mike Kialo, ukiwa katika kaunti ya Baringo, kwa kuweza kusemezana na mmoja wa makamishna wa tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka ya IEBC. Na ikumbukwe pia Nderitu pia ni msajili wa vyama, Register of Political Parties. Kwa hivyo mtazamaji, tutakuwa tunakujuza mengi zaidi hapo mwendo wa baadaye, lakini kwa sasa wacha tuchukue mapumziko mafupi, tukirejea tunakuja na mengi zaidi.